Hello, Eva.
Hi, Aniko. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. What a great chance that we have with this Zoom.
I know, it's amazing. You're bridging space to space and connect in a new media. It's great.
And that's what we would be actually our topic today to talk about connection. So the connection within us creates the connection outside. And as well, now we have completely new forms to connect with people that we usually don't do that much. And I think it's a very interesting time because sitting at home, you're really thrown back to yourself and really feel how much you're connected with yourself, or if you're not, which kind of parts need to be integrated.
Hmm.
And as well, how much connection it creates in the field that we are physically not connected, but getting connected on the internet.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's a great topic. I've been contemplating on that a lot. Usually, when I'm traveling and I'm teaching on workshops, I introduce my forever opening mantra. Virginia Satir invited us to have 4 hugs a day for survival, 8 hugs a day for maintenance, and 12 hugs a day for growth. And interesting enough, I feel this time is inviting us to grow beyond the knowing. And so we need those 12 hugs, and they're physically not possible. And what also comes to my mind is that Virginia Satir used the term of making contact, or also using the idea that the meeting point is the beginning of a relationship. And I find for myself that this time is inviting us in to really contemplate on what quality relationship really means and what true contact, making contact. In that sense, she's referring that obviously to an action. There's making a contact. And I find that extremely timely as we pause and slow down and retreat to our home retreat. I mean, I'm actually trying to convince myself that we're all invited for a home retreat.
Yeah.
And maybe you have signed up for it or not. But if I get onto the home retreat and take this as an opportunity to sit on the cushion and find stillness and silence inside of myself, I probably meet parts of myself that I know really well and I like, that maybe I know and I don't like, but they're showing up anyways. And maybe some of the parts I may not even know about. But I think as soon as we start to go inside and really sit with whatever is there and make contact with our own selves, it definitely invites to get to know ourselves better. And either way, it's choice or not choice. I'm choosing it right now. I'm really noticing myself getting a lot more quiet and getting a lot more into listening mode, because I know that the more I meet myself, the more I relate to myself, that the meeting I have on the external with others is more friendly, open, curious, interested, and hopefully also opens a space for where the other can totally meet me with their own parts, and I don't have to change them. That's at least what I'm wanting.
That's what I find very interesting, because that's what I said in the beginning. The connection within us creates a connection out of us. Well,
Yes.
what I find now as well with this being still, to really listen to the own rhythm.
Yes.
Everything has like a heartbeat, boom, boom.
Yes,
Boom,
totally.
boom. And what is my rhythm? If there is
Absolutely.
not this busyness around me and not being in the outside, but being with myself, and what is my true rhythm?
Yeah,
That connection and
that's
being
true.
still with that, to listen to that. And I find that quite challenging,
Yeah.
to really be very honest. What is my rhythm? What is sometimes in reaction to the outside rhythm, the
Yeah.
tempo? What is my real tempo to go with that? And finding that, and then going to the outside, and like you said it nicely, to then have a different connection with the other person, and to even see which kind of rhythm do they have, which kind of connection do they have with themselves. Then to have a very different meeting point.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether we are physically meeting or on a digital level. And if you just leave that paradigm away of like it has something to do with physical or digital, it's always a meeting of souls.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter on which channel.
Yeah.
That's what I found now very interesting.
Mm.
It's a quite deep process opening up there.
It is. Well, I mean, even though there's a screen dividing the two of us, I feel very touched as you so openly and honestly share that you find it really challenging to find the rhythm, because I can relate to what you were just sharing. My curiosity these days is about noticing when I get triggered and activated, feeling, oh, I gotta do something. I gotta show myself a certain way. Or when there is just a very intuitive, very fluid way of this is something that comes very deep from inside of myself as a person, but also as a professional. And here's something that I would like to give life and breath to right now, to share it, because it comes from a very natural, fluid place. And to know what is the difference. Am I driving from a more compulsive need of, oh, gotta do something, or does it come from a deeper place? And that is rhythm. I think that's rhythm that is being with the life flow. And what I loved was that you're talking about the timing and the rhythm. To me, one of the core ingredients for a good relationship is timing. And finding the right rhythmic dance that is honoring the different beats. I had this conversation with my friend yesterday, and who's reconnecting with her husband. They have been on a break. They come together back again in a very beautiful way, because they have a long history, and the people who are reconnecting are new people. They're looking at each other with fresh eyes. And interesting enough, she said something like, I used to not like the way he danced. I didn't find his rhythm very appealing, and I couldn't find myself in his rhythm. And sometimes I wanted to please him, and then I was trying to give him the impression as if he was leading. But it wasn't true, and it was painful. Now that we start to reconnect, I'm noticing that I'm really open to curiosity that his way of dancing has a different rhythm. And I'm for the first time curious about his rhythm that's different to mine. And for the first time, I'm noticing that I allow myself to really be open to really be led and notice what that teaches me. And I was very moved to hear that, because on the outside, it may look like the exact same thing. He's dancing and she's sharing the rhythm with him. But on the inside, it's very different how she's relating, and it has to do with her understanding about her own self. She's been doing workshops with me and gone on a big self-discovery journey. And so it's a lot about insight, and now the way she's meeting her husband is a new rhythm. And it's like, teach me your rhythm, I teach you mine, and let's find an us rhythm in that whole thing that is new. And she frankly said, I feel like I'm falling in love with him again.
Wow.
And it's fresh.
Yeah.
And it's just great.
And I mean, you dance, you have a big dance history, and I love to dance too. It's really, like you mentioned, it's like this follow and lead, and it's not, it cannot both lead at the same time, but it's like, it's a dance for both. So it doesn't have, I don't have to lead all the time. So there is this change of rhythm of leading and following as well, and having then the own rhythm. So it's on all these different levels, having these rhythms. And if you get along with that, it can be a wonderful dance, a wonderful music.
Yeah. You know, when I teach somatic integration practices, a lot of times I will introduce a little pair experiment. And the experiment is that maybe I'm A and you B, and I start to open a move. And then B would just be willing to follow, you know, so that at some point we're doing the same thing. And then we alternate. So you open maybe another move and I kind of follow. And then have that alternation for a couple of times until there's this natural thing that at some point opens. When I said, and you said yes to me first, I follow you, and I say yes to you. And then we've been doing that sometimes. It's a yes, it's a yes, it's a yes, it's a yes. Then this really beautiful thing starts to open up, which is now it's a we. And then there's sometimes when things are going really well, you may not notice who's leading who and who's following who and who actually created the dance, or is it the relationship space that started to awaken and present a dance that is really marrying the two of us in this particular moment. And I find that's where creation starts to take place. That's where connection, systemic weaving, intimacy, love, you know, all those things start to happen. And that's for me what Virginia Satir captures as the idea of making contact. Like she said, the greatest gift I can give to another person is to see them, to hear them, to feel them, and to be touched by them. And the greatest gift that they can give to me is to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, and to be understood. And when we had danced, this alternate dance, then we truly made contact.
Oh, that's actually, I think that's the perfect, bring it to the point, putting it into a nutshell, because it doesn't really matter whether we are physically connecting or on a digital level or even just on a mind. It's right what you just said. So I think that's something that everyone can take along with too, to really see and hear and being touched and feel, and even being curious how we can use the field that we have right now to do that, even on a very different quality level, without being busy.
That's a challenge.
So great. Thank you very much, Eva.
Oh, thanks so much. Thank you so much for opening the conversation. I so appreciate your openness and your presence. So thanks.
And thank you for opening up yourself. And I hope that everyone takes a lot of ideas, impulses, even the dance, the rhythm, the connections, seeing people, because it takes us all to change this world. And I think it's a very special moment right now that we can set the basic for that. So thank you very much, Eva.
Thank you.
See you next time. Thank you.